Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we have the Zenith El Primero Captain, 42 millimeters in rose gold. The watch is 12.4 millimeters thick, 50.1 millimeters lug tip to lug tip with spacing of 21 millimeters between the lugs. That term, El Primero Captain, part of the nomenclature used in the catalog back in 2010, 11, 12, 13, during the days of Jean-Frédéric Dufour when he was starting up a new era of Zenith watchmaking. Far more traditional and perhaps aging better than the prior era of Terry Nataf guided design. These Dufour era watches are the reason that he got a bigger job after Zenith as the general manager of Rolex. So the results were good and the watch remains attractive. On my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see the watch wears well. It's broad across the wrist. Make no mistake, it's broad across the wrist at 50 millimeters, but it's nice and flat, so it wears well as a large, handsome dress watch. It's a full-sized watch, not traditionally sized, but not oversized either. And I could say that a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference could probably wear this one well. Again, my wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. Taking a quick look at the strap, hardware and software, as I like to say, we have a large rectangular scale alligator leather, semi-gloss black with a monotone stitch. You can see a cut sheer side showing the layers of leather, and you do get a lot of leather here. Gator on the top, large rectangular scale on the bottom, as Zenith is wont to do. We have rubber lining the strap. It feels great against the wrist, and it protects the leather from the sweat, oil, moisture, and grit of the human wrist for long wearing durability. A simple rose gold pin buckle appropriate on a dress style watch. And as you can see, it is a brand new Zenith factory strap. The case is very similar to the current Chronomaster, though not identical. It's got a little bit more of a handsome curvature to the swell of the lugs, and you can see that the watch is thinned out a bit by actually sinking the bezel below the hoods of the lugs. This is a trick Zenith uses to thin out the watch, but still give the lugs a lovely, long, arcing sculptural form. If the bezel sat on top, the watch would be too thick, and if the bezel were to cut away into the lugs any deeper than this, they would appear unduly short. The bevel wouldn't be long enough. It would be an unsavory look that appears truncated. This, on the other hand, has a sprawling elegance to it, and again, it thins out the watch, so it's a more handsome dress timepiece. Polished flanks, you can see the hoods of the lugs are satin finished, and then we have lovely vintage-inspired Lawson-shaped chronograph pushers. You can see the Zenith star on the crown. We have a cambered crystal that's designed to evoke a plexiglass just a little bit in passing. And then we have a dial that is matte black with rose gold applique indices. You can see we have hands in Dauphine form. We have sunken sub-registers for constant seconds as well as chronograph minutes. And then there is a white track outboard with applique indices, lovely, polished, handsome, shining and shimmering against the dial base. You can see that there is a date down at 6 o'clock. It replaces the index at 6 o'clock. A funny thing about the El Primero, in the intermediate position you set the watch. When you pull the crown out all the way, now you activate the date quick set. So the watch does have a quick set. It does not have hacking seconds. The El Primeros have only rarely had that. The dial reminding you that the watch beats weight, 36,000 vibrations per hour or 10 beats per second. One of the reasons the chronograph's seconds hand is a little bit smoother than on a conventional 28/8 chronograph. Flip it over and you can see the movement, and it's a good looking one. 31 joules, automatic winding with bidirectional action, and a 50-hour power reserve. The El Primero caliber 400. A direct descendant of the original 1969 3019 PHC. It is a handsomely executed column wheel lateral clutch chronograph, and you could see that the column wheel as well as the lateral clutch, visible and beautiful. The column wheel feel is crisp and sharp. It's well tuned, and the El Primero proves that an automatic winding chronograph can still look good. A lot of times with automatic winding chronographs, whether lateral clutch or vertical clutch, you wind up not being able to see the column wheel or the clutch. Here you can see all of it. We have both polished and blued screws, all of this water resistant down to 50 meters. You can see the watch is a special edition, though not necessarily a limited edition. You will not see another one like it. It is a scarce piece. The movement is mostly mechanically finished, but handsomely so and attractive to the eye. Of course, back in 1969, the Zenith El Primero caliber 30 PHC was the first automatic winding high-beat integrated chronograph caliber. It was also one of the first 3 automatic chronograph calibers of any kind, and of the 3 that debuted in 1969, this is the only one still in production and the most relevant by far. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.